What's happening, everybody? Happy Friday afternoon. Hopefully, everybody had a great week. Excited for the weekend. It's Michael B, and I'm coming to you live and in living color from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I wanted to do this yesterday as a video, but I just don't have my gear here. I'm here on a work laptop, right? So I can't exactly do my normal video and all that production. So I figured as soon as I would get a chance, I get some free time to myself, I'm going to pop on and talk about this live with everybody because it's always fun to make videos and talk about the stuff and be excited. But it's also really cool to, kind of get your live feedback while we're kind of going through it. I know this is old news as well for some people. This came out 10 a.m. my time yesterday, which I think was like 1 a.m. Pacific time. Or 9 a.m. Pacific time, sorry, which would have been like 1 Eastern, somewhere around there. So I know it's a little slow going, but thank you so much to the few people who came in and joined me here. And hopefully we have a fun conversation and some other people will watch it on the replay. So I want to say hello to the people I see here. I see Grayson 950815. What's up, Grayson? Vasel, always good to see you. Dan Z. Hello, Michael B. Hello, Dan Z. Jolly Green, always good to see you, Jolly. JJ, yes, I am still in Calgary. I'm coming home tomorrow morning. My conference ended actually today at 12 o'clock, but the last flight out for the evening was at 2 o'clock Calgary time. And there's no way I was going to get out of the conference, get my room packed up, get ready, and get over to the airport in time to make the security clearance. So I ended up having to stay another night, and I'm coming home tomorrow. I did get notification, however, my Dragon's Lair arcade one-up is ready to be picked up at the Brick. So I'm excited to get home and grab that tomorrow. Stringer Films, do the 14 new games each come with 14-second flipper lag? Asking for a friend. I don't know, but I did hear they are, in fact, waterproof Stringer Films, so that's something. Addicted Arcade one up. I saw Back to the Future in the thumbnail. Are we getting that skin on a machine? That's the fun shit to talk about. Addicted Arcade one up. This is one of the things we've always been kind of hoping for. There's certain dream skins to an AtGames Legends Pinball machine. Like Indiana Jones is one, Jurassic Park is another, and yeah, Back to the Future. And now that we know that we're getting the game, we'll go there and we'll talk about it. Jasmine Labir, this feels like we'll never see packs for the HD anymore. A lot of people feel that way, and I'm glad you brought that up, Jasmine, because it's an interesting conversation. AtGames were pretty upfront about this, that the Zen Studios and Pinball FX partnership was always going to be exclusive to the 4KP. I get the impression that's a technological thing, and I mean, as they're still trying to get the games to the point where they work really well on the 4KP. I mean, I don't know if it's technologically possible for them to get it to work on the ALP HD, but there is a misconception that the ALP HD is gone. So it'll be fun to talk about that. Stringer Film says, waterproof is a game changer. And JJ says, wish Zen would release these tables for Pinball FX3, FX2. Yeah, good point, JJ. Anyways, let's get into it. I want to just bring up the announcement here, and I'm going to figure out the best way I could possibly share this. Again, I'm operating with one screen, so I don't have the resources I normally do. So let me just pull this up, and let's go with Window and entire screen. Yeah, I go with Chrome tab. That's the easiest one to go with. So I'm going to share this. And then I'm going to come back here to make sure it's working. So, and I am going to maximize this bad boy so you guys can see it, because P-Dubs complains when I don't do it. But let's see if there's another possible solution. Yeah, there we go. That's better. It's been almost a year since AtGames released a table for the HD. It's unfair to not say it's been mostly abandoned, even if they trickle a few more tables out, Jim Harper says. So, yeah, let's get into this. Yeah, that was a Data East table, Stringer Films. I have that on my visual pinball build, or future pinball, I don't know what it's called, but I have it, and I like it, but a lot of people say it's a pretty boring table, so we'll go there. Yeah, so let's talk about that. It's almost a year since AtGames released a table for the HD, so I understand that separation for people that bought the HD and think that, oh, AtGames isn't doing anything anymore. So I get it, but let's talk about that a little later on. So let's go over the partnership. So innovative gaming partners cover pinball library, fresh tables coming to AtGames Legends 4K Pinball. So of the 45 pinball packs for the Legends 4K pinball machine, 6 have already been announced, and today an additional 14 packs are being revealed. So let's go through those 14 packs. I want to cover that. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm seeing. First up is we've got some Zen Studio Originals, Sorcerer's Lair single pack, one table. If you guys remember, like if you picked up Pinball FX for your phone a couple years ago, you would Sorcerer's Lair was like the free game that you could play on it. So Sorcerer's Lair, a lot of people remember. Wild West Rampage, that's also available. I'm going to be upfront and honest with you guys. I don't play a lot of the Zen originals. They're cool and stuff, but I typically lean more to the Williams Real Machine re-releases. That's what I really like to play. And then if a game has a really good theme or is just really good, I'll play it as well. So, those are out there for people that like those Zen original games. So that's something. Then Universal Products and Experiences. And this is where it gets really friggin' cool, guys, because, I'm shooting ahead here. Williams Originals Pinballs. Let's start there first. So with the Williams Pinball Packs, the one thing I will say here is this one's a little bit disappointing as someone who really, really likes Zen Studios, Williams pinball games. I want to see a more robust offering. So right now we're getting 2 really good games, Fishtails, which is excellent. I love Fishtails. And we're also getting World Cup Soccer. We kind of already knew about World Cup Soccer, but that's an excellent real-life pinball machine. Zen Studios did an amazing job transferring that over to the AtGames, to Pinball FX. So excited to see that coming. Fishtails is another cool game, but it would have been nice to see a more robust offering. I mean, there's so many good games. Cirque Voltaire, Medieval Madness, Funhouse, all these awesome pinball games that even people wanted pinball themes for, pinball skins for their machine. Yes, Totan, Tales of the Arabian Nights, so many good games. So I think it would have been a little bit more exciting to see those releases, but we know this is only 20 of a possible 45. There's 45 more to come. Hopefully a lot more than that, because it does look like the Williams pinballs are going to be individual releases. So when you get to the pinball packs, when you're taking a full pack is an individual game, and you're looking at how many Williams games there are, it's a little concerning. So there you go. 14 packs of 1 to 3 tables. Yes, exactly, Jim Harper. And yeah, if you want to hit the like button, feel free. You're not obligated, but it's appreciated, right? It helps me out. So can I actually move this down from here? Or is that... No, I can't. Can I do anything with the screen? No. So let's go to the Universal experience, because if you like Zen's original games done on really cool themes, this is where it gets really exciting now. And this is where you get really exciting opportunities for skins as well. And this is the bulk of what they announced in this announcement. So for the Universal Pinball Packs, first up is the Universal Classics Legends Mini Pack. And for those of you who aren't super familiar, I'm going to come to this now and just take this down. But no, I will in a minute. But this is that Universal Pinball Pack. Remember a couple of years ago when the Arcade 1-Up Pinballs first came out, there were originally going to be 3 tables. Marble wasn't one of them. So what was actually discussed was we were going to get Star Wars, we were going to get Attack from Mars. Then the third table that was leaked and shown in the trailer was actual Universal. So we thought that it was going to be a combination kind of Universal plus, the 3 Universal games, which we know are E.T., Jaws, and Back to the Future, hence why it's in the thumbnail. But then the machine was also going to have the Jurassic World games, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. I can't remember the third one there for whatever reason. And then there's also the Universal movie monsters, which are, in fact, also Williams tables. So that's exciting. We're actually getting 4 Williams tables coming up in this release. E.T., Jaws, and Back to the Future. Exactly. Thanks again, Papa Brad. So, on that Arcade 1-Up pinball machine, we were going to get that Universal Pinball Pack. We were going to get the Jurassic Park Pinball Pack, we assumed, and we were also going to get the Universal Monsters, the 2 Williams games. So, yeah, Yes, it looks like they're bringing all the big tables to AtGames eventually, but right now of the partnership, we're looking at 45. So we're trying to figure out exactly what those 45 packs are, keeping in mind each Zen game pack looks like it's one. Williams game pack looks like it's one game, right? So yeah, and I agree, it's just a matter of time, but we can only go with the information we have given to us now, which are 45 packs. We don't know how much further the partnership's going to extend past that, but we're assuming eventually all the Pinball FX and even some of the other games they migrate into Pinball FX back from builds of Pinball FX3 and Pinball FX2 are going to come to the AtGames Legends pinball machine as well. And then on top of that, we're also getting Pinball M, which we'll get to in a minute. But let's talk about those Universal Pinball packs. So we got Universal Classic, Jurassic World Pinball. So everything we thought was coming from the Arcade 1-Up table. Then the Williams Pinball Universal Monsters pack, which is super exciting because also Creature of the Black Lagoon is a great game, but Monster Bash is so friggin' cool. And that's one that I would love to see a skin or theme of. I know a lot of people that bought the original AtGames Legends Pinball HD actually went out and got Buy Stuff Store to do a Monster Bash skin for their ALP. So it'll be so cool to see if AtGames actually do an official skin. Then from there, this is where we're really exciting. We get the DreamWorks Pinball Legends mini pack. So if you like the DreamWorks titles, you can do that. But this is where I get excited. I'm a big horror movie guy. You guys know that. Chucky's Killer Pinball from Pinball M, we know is coming. So the possibility of possibly even a Chucky theme or Chucky skin pinball machine is there. And I love The Thing. The Thing is one of the greatest horror movies of all time. Like, excuse me, guys. Let me get a sip of this hotel coffee I just brewed. Not the best. Anyways, Chucky's Killer Pinball, but The Thing is such a cool table, such a cool movie, such a cool theme. It's one of those special movies that I don't think was a huge success at the time, but has become this massive cult hit. And I'm so excited to see that there. And then, of course, the newly released Universal Pinball TV Classic Legends Mini Pack, which is super, super, super freaking exciting. I am so happy for. So you guys would have seen I did a massive long video, which I'm going to get up for you now and try to talk over. But I covered the newly released, and this is brand newly released, Universal TV pack just this past week. So we're getting games like Knight Rider, we're getting games like Xena Warrior Princess and Battlestar Galactica. I don't know if those are games you want themed for an AtGames Legends pinball machine, but yeah, this is this is pretty friggin' cool, right? Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, MG. I know that was the first thing. We're getting ready for Super Game Room Dudes tonight, which I'm gonna try to make really, really hard. But that's the first thing Patrick wrote to Ristalgy. He's like, "Oh my God, Ristalgy, you're getting your My Little Pony pinball." So yeah, and I agree, Brad. Knight Rider's super fun. I really like Battlestar Galactica as well. Xena's cool too, but Xena, man, I had a lot of side outs on Xena, like crazy side outs. Crazy side outs. All the new Zen tables are pretty good when they're pinball. Like I don't personally, I don't like the campaign tables, but that's a personal preference, right? So I just want to bring this back up again. Those are the, big hits that I wanted to talk about, but I also wanted to bring back up, I'll go back and talk about some of the games a little bit more later, but I also wanted to bring up from Gearbox Entertainment, we're getting Gearbox Pinball Legends Mini Pack. So that's, I'm trying to remember exactly from the Gearbox pack because I don't play them a lot, but you're getting the Borderlands series, and Papa Brad's here. He's probably a little bit more familiar with the Gearbox. I really only stray with what I'm familiar with. Pacific Rim was a bit annoying, only played Trial. Maybe. So anyways, let me just really quickly pull this off and let me look up the Gearbox pack so I'm a little bit more informed. I know that what is it? I know Borderlands is there, but I'm trying to remember the rest because I played it when it first came out. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Gearbox Pinball, Zen Studios. So let me just bring this up for you guys. Oh, yeah, here it is. So let me bring that up on screen. I'm going to share a window here. Stop sharing. And I hate doing this with one screen. I got to tell you, I really, really hate doing this with one screen. It's so hard. I'm a bit of a princess, right? So I need everything done a certain way. So here's Gearbox Pinball for you guys that aren't super familiar and like me. So let's go down and take a look at. Oh my God, Gearbox Pinball. Buy now. No, just tell me what games are in it. So there's Borderlands. Let's go to games and see if I can search here. My good God, this shouldn't be this hard. Press. All right. I accept the cookies. Leave me alone. Got to do this old fashioned. So here's the press page anybody can go into. Let me find the Gearbox section so we can talk about it a little bit more robustly because it wasn't that long ago. So Gearbox. Oh, South Park. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm surprised that's not announced in this one. Here's Gearbox Pinball, Brothers in Arms, Homeworld, and Borderlands. So I played a lot of the Borderlands one. I didn't really play the rest, but that's kind of what we're talking about here. Yeah, so let's see. Did I got any videos here? I don't really want to go into that, but now you know what I'm talking about. If that's something that you're interested in, yeah, I mean, take a look at it and give it a shot, right? But, like, it's okay. Now, that wasn't announced, Brad. Like, that would be amazing if that was announced. Eventually, it's coming. Like, it seems like they're doing a really cool thing here. Like some of the other tables, like System Shock and Duke Nukem, which are more video gamey, which is not my personal preference. They're still okay tables, but they're staying away from those and they're focusing on the more high-end horror movie ones. So, yeah, Texas Chainsaw is a pretty smart core coming up. Yeah, so for the people asking about the HD tables, it was pretty clear on this. There was no announcement of any HD tables coming from Zen Studios. This was a very specific announcement on the Zen partnership that was going out. So right now there is no news or I can't give you anything about anything coming to Zen Studios. So I will take a quick break and talk about what is coming to AtGames for the Legends HD. So right now we don't know anything about Zen, whether or not Zen is going to be coming to Legends HD at any time. So we have no idea if it's going to come up. AtGames have heard the community loud and clear. It goes back to like when the IRK Gold came out and a lot of people found out that the gun games weren't coming to the original IRK just because it didn't work. People felt really left out. They were like, we're being left behind for the new buyers. I know that's not AtGames' intentions here, and it was never IRK's intentions too, but optics is everything, right? So it's been a year. The only thing you're hearing from AtGames is about the Legends Pinball 4KP. You're seeing all these Zen titles released, so I understand where you're coming from, but the information I've been given from AtGames is there's no intention to discontinue anything coming for the Legends Pinball HD. The idea is to continue going forward. Right now, their focus is on working with Magic Pixel to make games that work on both. So we know that, the rare games, so like the pirate game they're doing, Killer Instinct, the rare packs, Pinball Pack, is coming to the Legends HD and the 4KP. And we also know Natural History Pack 2 and Pack 3, so we're getting, assuming 8 more tables, are coming to the Legends HD, but we don't have a definitive date on when those are coming out. I would have to go back. Gun game. Hey, Jim, they released 2. They released 2. It was plural because they released 2 games total. They released Operation Wolf and Operation Thunderbolt. So there was 2. There was games, not game. So yeah, people were pretty sad about that. Papa Brad is right. Like, it's only for 4KP right now. But again, AtGames have heard the community, and AtGames aren't opposed, as we've seen so many times over and over again, on if the community wants something, they're going to try to make it work. So hopefully, eventually, we'll get to a point where they can figure out how to put Pinball FX games on the HD as well. Of course, if you are somewhat tech savvy, you do always have the option to play OTG. So it's not like you can't play Pinball FX on your Legends HD, just not natively. But they do plan to keep making games for the Legends HD. That's the news I've always heard. That's the plan they've always said. The exact definition that was given to me was, we look at the two pieces as running concurrently, with the Legends 4KP being more the Mercedes of our line, while the Legends HD is more the Toyota. So the economy model versus the bougie model. So that's kind of what we were looking at. But they are still going to come back. Anyways, going back to our listing here. So I'm going to stop sharing, and I'll just bring this up again to clue this out for people that like just fun pinball and stuff like that. So if you're a big fan of the Snoopy pinball and the Snoopy pinball theme, these two will probably appeal to you greatly as well. And these are single pack game tables. So I just got to try to bring this back up so hard with one screen. But we're going to go back to that announcement. And it is, in fact, Garfield Pinball coming Legends single pack. Make sure it's on the screen this time, Mike. Garfield Legends single pack, as well as My Little Pony Pinball Legends single pack. And exactly. Exactly. I had the buy stuff back box on mine. Mine's an amazing machine, but it is connected to a PC, right? You can play tons of pinball on the HD, but you have to use OTG. So it's one of those things with the open system. You can do so much. Shut up, P-dubs. Yeah, Carlo, those are the big ones I'm really excited for as well. I am excited for Chucky too. I think Chucky is pretty awesome. Fishtails World Cup Soccer. But hey, Carlo, don't forget the Williams Universal Monster Pack. I mean, aren't you excited for Creature of the Black Lagoon and Monster Bash? I mean, those are so badass. Like, this is such a cool announcement. So that's really what I wanted to focus on here for the actual Legends Pinball HD announcement. We're getting 14 new packs. This adds to the 6. So we've got a pretty good roadmap of where they're going in the next little while. But we've also got 45 packs total. And like Papa Brad was saying earlier, a lot of what's coming, you can kind of glean from this. So we know now that it's not just Pinball FX. They are going to dip their toes into Pinball M. So like Papa Brad said earlier, we could see Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They could go back and do the back library and do System Shock, Duke Nukem, all those games. But like, I'm really excited for more horror movie themes. And then if you look at the AtGames page for AtGames Zen Studios page about like the other kinds of games they put out in the last little while, let's just go to press, because like you think about it, what is going to be coming from all the others, right? So always got to remember, I got to share, I got to stop sharing, and then share again with the single screen. Does this include Knight Rider? Yes. LS Prez? Yes. This includes Knight Rider. Knight Rider is in the US TV announcement. So yeah, Knight Rider is included. Knight Rider will be coming to the Legends Pinball 4KP confirmed. That's in this 20 games. So that's in the Universal content package, Universal TV pack. We're getting Knight Rider, we're getting Xena Princess Warrior, and we are getting Battlestar Galactica. Beers Beats Battlestar Galactica. So good news, right? Yeah, I know. That's awesome. Chucky's a great table too. Like, here's the thing, like, guys, this is so different for AtGames. Like, this is before I get into what the future could be, I want to talk about just how cool this is. You think about like a couple of years ago, we were looking at AtGames Legends Pinball, and we were looking at how friggin' cool it was because of the size of the screen, everything it could do through OTG, and just the difference that it was 1080p with a bigger screen and a back box, that changed. That was such a big deal and so much better than the arcade one-up machine. But the kick was always like, yeah, man, that's cool, but they're not getting those big names and big titles. And even when they did their individual pinball, like, they were cool, but they weren't even the Hoff is even prettier than Xena. They weren't even those big names. They weren't able to get those, but now it's like a different realm. Like, could you imagine like a year ago even, or 2 years ago, thinking about a title like Back to the Future coming to the AtGames Legends Pinball machine, something like Star Wars, something like Marvel, all this shit, Chucky, the Thing, South Park. You would never think that those two names would be attached with each other based on the offerings we were getting years ago. They were good, but they were just never that pristine, never that high end, never that mainstream. And we're finally getting this shit in the near future. I can't answer that question. I don't have any information on that. I've been very upfront about this. We're in a I think it's still called the influencers support group, but we don't have knowledge or news or notice about what's going to happen with AtGames in terms of what's in their firmware updates, any of that stuff, until literally probably the minute it goes out. Like, we get notice around the same time. So I can't tell you what they're doing because I don't know. Every now and then you'll hear rumors, but like, that's it. If there's a rumor out there now that it's going to fix the lag, I can't say because I don't friggin' know. We don't get that kind of knowledge anymore. AtGames have really tightened up ship, and I'll be 100% honest. A lot of that has to do with information was leaking out to people early that weren't inside the group, and they didn't like that, so they pulled the reins back. And maybe that's for the best too, because it's great to be connected to a company. Like, I'm connected to, what is it, New Wave Toys, right? Like, New Wave Toys will reach out to me, send me review units. I think their staff are awesome. I think Shiloh's awesome. I think Eduardo's awesome. I think they're a great company, but they don't tell us shit. They don't even send us the news blast. Like, they basically just reach out to us and say, yeah, here is a machine, and if you're interested in covering it, it'd be cool. And there's no strings attached, right? And AtGames have really moved to. Mike, did you leak the info? Are you a horrible plumber? No, I didn't leak the info. It's not me. But the cool thing about that is it's that level of hands-off sometimes, that working with people that truly builds like a great relationship with a company. And AtGames, I can't speak for anybody else, but it seems like they're moving in that direction. Like, we have an influencer group, but we literally find out like the minute anybody else does. What we get to do in that group, because it's like a Skype thread with employees from AtGames, is we get to sometimes ask clarification on the news as we get it. So you might see a post and you might be able to, just write a comment in. We get to actually talk to people from AtGames to ask clarifying questions, but we don't know anything in advance, right? Who are the 45 that are not excited? So, Tim, I would say the 45% that are not excited are Legends HD owners, and then people that are disappointed with the experience from the Zen tables because of their performance expectations. And that's totally fair. I mean, if, there's a lot of people I know that specifically bought the AtGames Legends Pinball 4KP because they wanted to play Zen Pinball natively, and right now their experience hasn't been up to their expectations, so they're disappointed. That's fair. Not like, you could have the best product in the world, and still some people aren't going to like it. And with this one, AtGames have been very open about it. They're still trying to fix the lag in the Zen Studios games. So yeah, it's fair if people want to be upset about that, right? And Basil has it right. Man, it's a tough community. I actually I sent Glenn a message yesterday, and I just wanted to tell him, like, congratulations on the the release for your New Wave Toys thing. I understand there's a lot of loud and negative people in the community, and like, there's value to take from even the harshest criticisms. There's value to take, but at the same time, don't forget to look at all the positive comments and the people that said, I really like this, I think it's cool. So it's easy to get swept away with a negativity when you do something, but sometimes take a minute to look at some of the cool things people are saying to you too, and appreciate it, right? No, Nick, I wish the Elvira tables are on there. I'm actually going to be going to a arcade, a little place on later on. I found out it's about 1.2 miles from here, the Hidden Spot. So I'm going to head there tonight, and they've got an Elvira House of Horrors premium, and a Stranger Things premium. So I'm excited to delve into that. I'm going to get to play Jaws for the first time too. They got a Jaws Pro. So yeah, so there you go. I wish the Elvira tables were on there. That's a Zen question. I've been on Zen's ass for 2 years. Every time around spooky season, Halloween, and they announce they have a table coming, I'm like, oh, baby, here we go. Elvira Scared Stiff, Elvira and the Party Monsters. And every year they've disappointed me. Yeah, Andy's Game Room, I'm excited. Jaws is great. It's the Pro, so I know it's going to be a little lacking compared to like what my buddy Justin plays. But I'm excited just to try it out. I've heard good things about Jaws, so I'm excited to give it a go. Nick Gamble, I wish AtGames would give a list of all the tables they would be making. Don't need a date, but it'd be nice to know considering the price. I know that 100% it would be amazing if AtGames just came out and said, Pinball FX, we're making all of them. We're doing them all. We're doing every single one. And I think essentially they are. But when it comes to times for, dealing with licensors and dealing with licensing issues, it's not that simple. Like, how many times have we seen it where a company announces a product and then had to dial it back because something got screwed up on the licensing or something got screwed up on converting it over to their system? Like, we're already talking about a Zen handshake issue with Pinball FX and the Zen Studios games working on the Legends Pinball 4KP. What if something else comes up that is a massive issue? It's a lot of shit, man, that goes into this. That for us, we're looking at this from an enjoyer's perspective. We would never know the inside business side of it and stuff like that. So, yeah. Oh, yes, that. And again, I don't know if they can say that yet either, because I don't think that's all done. Because I know from what I hear, there's a huge interest in doing a South Park table. But of course, there's so many things that go into making sure you're getting the licensing rights for the games and stuff. They haven't even officially announced South Park yet. But I can bet your ass of the 15 skins they're going to do whenever they're going to do them, South Park is going to be one of them. And man, Indiana Jones and Back to the Future will be great ones as well. And of course, some more of the real tables. I don't think Attack from Mars sold as many as they were. Oh, Mike, my God, yes, some more Gottlieb tables. I'd like to see either Magic Pixel or I know Farsight Studios is kind of not really doing pinball much anymore, but I would love to see somebody expand and do like old Data East tables, more Gottlieb tables, some of the Sega tables. Love to see them, transferred over to some kind of company. But like we all know, it's probably never going to happen. And that's the great thing about OTG, because we can play them through visual pinball and shit like that, right? But yeah, I'm right with you, man. I would love to see more from Gottlieb and just more other physical pinball companies, and not necessarily new stuff, but I would love to see new stuff, but more older companies bringing their pinball machines over as well. Like I heard a rumor once that AtGames was very, very close on, working with Jersey Jack Pinball and bringing some of Jersey Jack games, virtual versions, to the AtGames stuff. It didn't work out, but like something like that in the future, like Spooky Pinball bringing Halloween, their version of Texas Chainsaw, Mamma Mia, I'd love to see that. Anyways, hey, Jason, what's up? I do afternoon streams now. The truth is I just don't have my editing stuff and all my assets, so it's just so much easier on my work laptop while I'm traveling just to stream, so that's why I'm doing it here. Yeah, so yeah, Mr. Dapperton, there is a Chucky pinball game already out for Pinball FX. Not a physical machine that we know of, but there is a Chucky's Pinball on Pinball M that is a digital pinball table, and AtGames are going to be bringing it to the ALP 4KP, as well as a Thing pinball machine as well. And yeah, Back to the Future. So yeah, it's just cool shit, man. And like, it's so much fun talking about this because we're in such a standstill with the rest of the home arcade community, with the passing of iArcade, and then Arcade 1-Up being at a standstill for releases and what they're doing. It's so nice to have something fun and exciting to talk about, such as this, as like a glutton of Zen Studios releases coming to the AtGames tables in the future. I think we're going to see a lot more Williams tables. My only concern with that, of course, the Thing. There's a Thing, the Thing, digital pinball table, pinball game, digital table that's coming to the AtGames Legends Pinball 4KP that you're going to be able to play natively on the machine. Like, it is so freaking cool. Like, I love the Thing. Like, a lot of people like Chucky, but the Thing blows it away, man. Blows it away. So guys, I did want to talk a little bit about like the future, what else this could be. So with the Zen tables, like with you know, eventually everything will be coming, but it does give me a little pause that these are single game packs, and there's only, you know, we got 20 now, so there's only 25 more to come, and there's a lot more than 25 Williams tables that I'd like to see released. So hopefully they're not all individual packs. Indiana Jones is a big one. I agree with you, James. Indiana Jones is a really big one. Such a good game too. So hopefully they get that figured out too. So The Thing is a thing. That is 100% true. The Thing is a thing. So something to be really excited for. On top of that, like Marvel, Star Wars, we haven't seen anything on that or no official information. I think AtGames have used some art from Star Wars in the past, so I think it's a safe bet like that Star Wars universe of Pinball FX games are coming. So that's something we can kind of look at. Jason Lillian says Indiana Jones is coming. I know we got Twilight Zone coming up in a little bit, and I'm really excited for that one too. Clobbering time. Oh wait, wrong thing. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff coming. More Pinball M tables, more of the good stuff like that Universal Pinball, TV classics that just came out. I can't wait to see what else they do with that, because I said so many times in my demonstration video and my video I did on it, like, who in the world would have had Zen Studios making a Xena Warrior Princess, Battlestar Galactica, or a Knight Rider pinball anytime in the future? If anybody told me that was a theme they were going to make, I would have said never in a million years. But because of this Universal TV Classics pinball, packs that they're coming out with in this concept, we can see so many wild things come out through Zen Studios. So it's just all really exciting times, man. Anyways, I don't want to keep you too long this afternoon. I just had a little bit of extra time before I got to go out now, and I got to go pick up my kids something from my trip. I always get them like a teddy bear or something from the sports team of the place I'm visiting. So I got to get to the Fan Addict store and pick them up some Calgary Flames teddy bears. And then I'll be there for Super Game Room Dudes later tonight. But, I just wanted to take a minute and talk about how cool this announcement is, knowing all those Universal games are coming. 4 new Williams games for us Williams fanatics with Fishtails, which is great. Also, World Cup Soccer, which is just fantastic. We kind of already knew that one was coming. But we also got the Universal Williams Monsters pack with Creature of the Black Lagoon, which is badass. And, of course, Monster Bash is just so friggin' good. That's one that probably should be a theme. Like, if there's any of the Williams games that you want to take a chance on, again, doing an additional theme, Monster Bash is one of them. Medieval Madness is another, but Monster Bash, holy shit, do Monster Bash. It's so cool. And then the future, it's so open, man. Like, the only thing that scares me is there's only 45 announced now, and there's so many Williams games I want to see, and they've all been individual packs. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out for a little while this afternoon. Sorry for the crazy afternoon stream. I am so backwards here in Calgary. I did a stream, I think, like 3 o'clock in the morning my time there the other night. Anyways, you guys have fun. I'll see you on Super Game Room Dudes later tonight. And then after Super Game Room Dudes, I'm going to the hidden spot. And I'm going to play a bunch of pinball. Everybody, have a wonderful afternoon. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time.